We're now going to move down to even a smaller public library, and we're going to hear how Kelly has really looked in a small community about the importance of partnerships and what it means to sustaining what they need in terms of providing information services in her small library.
Thank you. I want to just give an overview of Boerne. It's about 25 miles northwest of San Antonio, and we are about 32,000 county residents. The city of Boerne is about 11,000 residents. So we're not really suburban anymore, and we're also not really rural anymore. So we've had a lot of growing pains over the last, I'd say, 10 years. So obviously the library has had, some conversations about how we deal with that kind of growth and also provide the services that the community needs. I'll give you a little bit of history about how we've gotten to the place where we are in terms of technology. And also, we're building a new library, so, and that should break ground in February, so we're tripling the size of our current library. So that's a really big deal for our community. Back in 1995, when the then director was there, she and the city, I think, decided that the internet was not going away. So decided that, they needed to have some really good access to the internet and start providing public access computers. And this was about 1995. And so they did a cooperative agreement between the school district and the library, and it worked out really, really well. And basically the school district, and I think a lot of libraries experience this as well, the school district did all of the, the behind-the-scenes kind of work, and the library paid for the fiber and then also maintained the equipment, bought and maintained the equipment at the library end. So the students were getting access and the community was getting access, so it was a perfect situation. Then about 4 years into that, and actually I want to say that the Texas State Library provided the internet access grant so that the library could pay for that access for the community. About 4 years later, the Telecommunications Infrastructure Fund kicked in so that the library was able to pull out of that cooperative agreement with the school district and have a dedicated T1 line so that we could, give great access to the community at that point. So for almost 10 years, that situation was, we did really well with that. Then about last year, we started having really slow connection and, did some usage studies that said at certain points of the day, it was really, really slow. So we realized that we needed to upgrade. So we did, and we got the bundled T1s, as Tom was talking about. And then we started really planning for the library. We've actually been planning for the new library for, by the time we build and move in, it'll probably be 11 years in the making. So we've been talking a lot about technology as it's changed and what we're going to do in the new facility. So I've talked considerably with my IT department, and that was one thing that has changed also, and that's been a great partnership for us, is that we have an IT department that's dedicated now. And so they're helping us become more consistent and standardized across the whole city. But basically, he has told me what he thinks we ought to do. And I'll tell you, and I hope you don't ask any questions about it because I have no idea what it means. But I have to look at it too. It's a flat layer 2 network, dedicated network, with a possible 45 megabits per second LAN connection. So a lot of bandwidth. I mean, it's amazing to me when I think about going from 3 to 45. So, of course, there's, it's on a VLAN, and it's all these different kinds of terminologies that I don't understand. So, but that partnership has been incredibly vital for us because none of us would have had the kind of expertise to know what to do or why it would be important to do it that way to sustain our connection for the future. So, and that's really what we're looking for because, we could have a building that lasts 50 years. We want to be able to make sure that we have the kind of system that can grow with us over that time and, whatever changes come. So that's where we are at this point. The new library has a lot of different technology that hopefully we can talk about. It's also going to be a LEED Silver certified building. So we're looking at technology from that standpoint as well. So that's our story.